St. Katharine Drexel exemplifies the virtue of justice. Christian justice is rooted in the fact that each person is created in the image and likeness of God and is destined for eternal happiness. Each person has inestimable dignity. Katharine let this reality shape her interactions with other people.
Katharine was born in 1858 in Philadelphia to a very wealthy family. She had an excellent education, traveled widely, and experienced many of the privileges associated with being a member of Philadelphia's upper class. Despite their immense wealth, the Drexel family was very service-oriented. It's estimated that Katharine's mother spent over $11 million in service to the poor. Through her family's example, Katharine came to see the inherent dignity in each human person.
Katharine's father died in 1885 when she was 27 years old. Katharine and her sisters inherited almost $400 million in today's terms. They went on a tour of the American West, where Katharine had been financing several schools. She was deeply moved by the poverty and suffering of the Native American and Black communities.
A few years later, while on a tour of Europe, she obtained an audience with Pope Leo XIII. She asked that more missionaries be sent to the Native American communities in Wyoming. The Pope shocked her by replying, "Why don't you become a missionary?" His response shocked Katharine into considering new possibilities for her life. When she arrived back in America, she visited Dakotas, where she met with the Lakota leader, Red Cloud. This marked the start to her systematic aid to the Native American missions.
It was around this time that Katharine shocked Philadelphian society by joining the convent. She established a community of women that would serve the Native American and Black communities in America. They called themselves the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament. She made her first vows in 1891. Over the next 60 years, Katharine and her sisters would open 145 missions, 49 elementary schools, and 12 high schools. She and her sisters were frequently harassed by segregationists for their work in helping the Native American and Black communities. They even burned one of her schools in Pennsylvania. Katharine's crowning achievement was the founding of Xavier University in New Orleans, the first Catholic university in the United States for Black students.
In 1937, Katharine was confined to a wheelchair. She spent the last 20 years of her life in prayer and adoration. She died in 1955 at the age of 96. She was beatified in 1988 and canonized by Pope St. John Paul II in 2000. Her feast day is celebrated on March 3rd, and she's the patron saint of philanthropy and racial justice. St. Katharine Drexel, pray for us.